All right. Oh, okay. Apologies for the slight delay. All right, we're gonna get right away into draft. Had a few technical issues come up, but to get you started, this match division D West between Wheel League Airlines and Maximum Thrust. We did have Wheel League Airlines lose the coin flip. We had Maximum Thrust picking first. Wheel League Airlines banned out Battlefield of Eternity in Dragonshire. Maximum Thrust spanning out Tomb of Braxis, Tomb of the Spider Queen, and Braxis holdout. And then Wheel League Airlines opting to take us to Volskaya for game one. Right away with our draft, we do have Tychus being banned out with the first of the bans from Maximum Thrust. Will Leak Airlines counters that with Regars. I imagine we are going to see the ritual of Regar, Stukov, Johanna being banned out in some order at some point. We do see Leoric being banned out. And again, Volskaya, a map that tends to go late. It's very rare you see a Volskaya that ends pre-20. And so that's something that a lot of times you can use to your advantage. We do see the mandatory Johanna ban. Quote, mandatory. And so a lot of point control heroes gain a lot of value here. Stukov, Junkrat, May, as well as heroes who can push, such as Sylvanas. And speaking of point control, healers, Stukov getting picked up on the side of League Airlines. I would argue to say this is probably one of Stukov's better maps. Maybe Braxis as well. But Stukov, in the current meta, can be oppressive. You do Zilla on the side of League Airlines. Pick that Kalthos. Kalthos is a hero you don't see quite often in higher elo, but can provide value. Does have CC. We do see Blaze being picked up by Maximum Thrust, and Blaze again, an offlaner that has gained a lot of priority as an offlaner, although he's listed as a tank now by HOTS, but he predominantly is played in the off lane role, but you do see play in the tank capacity as well. Followed up with a Li Ming. As we move forward to the second round of bans, I would say imagine ban a healer, and there's the Anduin. It's a little bit more difficult to do, but I think a light bomb blaze stun could be more, pretty effective. We do see the Varian. Varian has been a tank that you have seen combined with Blaze get the initial taunt, and Blaze helps provide and cover some of the weaknesses that Varian has as a tank. More of an early game tank that kind of falls off late, and Blaze can help provide support for those late game engages. We do see a new, almost you can say S tier tank being picked up, followed by Vala on Yahtzee. Surprising that actually Vala wasn't banned out. And we have a Malfurion Illidan. Very spicy pick. I like it. Very spicy. Illidan will be interesting, though. It is a main tank Blaze. Shows how much I know. But right now, if you are Woodley Airlines, you're probably concerned about what can we do to stop. I mean, they have Stukov, they have Kel'Thas as his gravity lab, so all can have the stun, a new pass stun. So we see a Diva. Okay, point control again. I would have imagined him possibly bring a offlaner that can provide a little more protect. Like, I mean, D.Va, I guess, does that as well. You have your Rel, you have others that can help dissuade an Illidan from driving the backline, but Illidan got to be careful, right? He gets stunned, and there's a CC, and there's a silence, and he can get blown up rather quickly. So with that, we'll be moving over to game 1.
Leonidas drops the stun and drops the full ult. Oh my goodness, look at the health bars. It's a quad kill.
Should find the kill. Lunara will clean up that fight. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It is going to be Soul Shield. You gotta be kidding me. And Raw to take the 3v1. Gets one. Looking for the second. Crispy is popping off.
It's like that Blizzard may connect with 4 people.
Oh, Lady Ronin! Oh my goodness, what a chat!
That was really good.
All right, welcome back. We have our introductions. On the right-hand side, we do have, or left-hand side, I should say, blue team, Willik Airlines, B-Man on a new Barak, Yahtzee on the Vala, Just Garbage on the Stukov, Zilla on Kel'Thas, and Artful Dodger and the D.Va. On the side of W-Star on Liming, and oh god, I'm gonna butcher your name all night. I'm sorry. User on the mouth. And anyone on the Blaze. Vacuity on the Illidan. And am I missing somebody? I did. Diet Llama on the Sylvanas. And again, apologies for butchering your name. Typically what I do in the beginning of the draft, I'll ask the teams, how do you pronounce this name? Sometimes the names are intuitive. I can make them out. But you start adding these uppercase and lowercase name letters in the name, and right away we do see Malfurion getting rather low. Able to step away. And that's going to be the interesting point. Is during engages, I'm assuming a noob is going to go Cocoon. And so, with not having a beefy second, offlaner, they're giving up some sort of, advantage as far as like the front line. So, if a noob gets a very good Cocoon on that Blaze, that's a Liming, Sylvanas, Malfurion, and an Illidan, which could be potentially catastrophic. So on the side of maximum thrust, you're going to be probably going to have to be very careful with your engages. We do see maximum thrust pick up their top camp right away. They don't get much value out of that. We see a big wave on the top. All the while we do see Sylvanas mid, Illidan bottom lane doing Illidan things. Seems like D.Va's working between mid and bot. And a cheeky play, unbeknownst to Willik Airlines, Maximum Thrust able to collect quite a few toys, right? So obviously we have these chart camps on Volskaya. Oh, I missed it. I'm sorry. Trying to explain what's going on. We see Illidan go down. That's not something you want to. We don't want to see from the Burning Crusade bosses, right? One of them go down this early. And with that, that's probably going to give an advantage to Willik Airlines. They do get on point. D.Va about half health. All the while, we do see Sylvanas trying to get some value bot. We have a decent wave top, and looks like they're going to say, hey, we'll give you the point. We're just going to push, and, I mean, I like this move. That death from Illidan kind of puts you behind, but now you get big value. And at this point, I think you probably just walk away. A little bit of damage will go through. But at the same time, excuse me, like Airlines said, we call your push top and push bottom. It gets some value, not as much. We do see the engage going on. Diva Bomb coming out. Doesn't look like much damage occurred. Illidan in the back line. If you are the front line of Wood League, oh, Illidan. Oh, so low. Diva will be knocked out of her mech. Obviously, Diva having a, quote, second life. But Illidan, very low. Obviously, Illidan a hero that can scale. And we do see Maximum thus checking the turret. We do engage on that Sylvanas, followed with a really nice silence. And Illidan again, living in the back line. Yeah, you gotta... And Vala will be going down. The credit goes to Ming, but a lot of that damage was because of Illidan. And Illidan's just working the back line. And that's the strategy, right? You don't need another frontliner if your Illidan is living rent-free in the backline of the opposing teams. And the good job on the side of Maximum Thrust, getting really good value from the Illidan. They secure their first protector, and they're going to be pushing bot. And so, counter to what we have traditionally seen, right? Typically, we see teams take the protector, at least the first one, go top, help set up for the second one. But right away, they go bot, get the bottom wall. Looks like they'll get some damage. A noob getting slept. Oh, you gotta be careful. A noob, a very strong tank, but again, one of the more squishy tanks. Not as squishy as ETC. I do play tank quite a bit, and I know when I played a noob, I gotta be a little more mindful. Oh, very low, 86 HP, and Stufkov goes down. Illidan with the hunt, so 10's online. So much going on, they didn't really them off. We did see Illidan go hunt. Bunker, Wave of Force, Wailing Arrow, Twilight Dream, and obviously we saw Hunt. So I will say I am curious about the Hunt. I think overall Metamorphosis brings more value, but the potential of if you're a Diva, you gotta respect that damage. They have a lot of damage. Even Blaze, giving a lot of damage. And if you look at if I want to look at this, the hero damage, right away, 21k from Li Ming, but there isn't a huge drop off. We have 10s online finally for Wood Lake Airlines. We have Rain of Vengeance, Cocoon, Pyroblast, Bunny Hop, and Flailing Swipe. All the while, Maximum Thrust still holding 2 turrets. Looks like they're going to be able to get decent push. They're about not halfway, about a third of the way through level 12, but with the Sylvanas, they can get quite a bit of value. Wood Lake Airlines trying to defend this. But yeah, you can't let that Sylvanas free cast, and they're able to dissuade Maximum Thrust. Again, Illidan, I will say with the hunt, Illidan is able to be soaking another lane, be a pseudo global. Oh, new very low, having to walk away. Blaze was cocooned, and he gets. Wait, how did? I guess I missed it. I assume a noob walked out. We did see the Pyroblast come out, but not one that you want to use on a Blaze who has Bunker. And with that, we do see a 3-for-1 Anoop, Kel'Thas, and Diva going down. Very good silence follow up on the Malf. Not allowing the Diva to do anything and potentially get back into the mech. With level 13s, almost 14s, we have a 3 almost. Well, it's 2 level damage. I'll say it's not quite 3. It's 2. 2 in about a quarter, almost half. Blaze getting value top. A noob trying to get some sort of engage. Cocoon. So if you were like that was this is when you gotta get value. So this time they got some value. Blaze is still in the back, but he's not the easiest kill. But they do have the firepower. And wait, Bunker's back up. Wait, I was gonna say did he just use Bunker? But no, he was cocooned. I was about to say, what is the cooldown on that? But all the while, Eldon just free pushing bot. We do have League Airlines, all 5 members still here. No one has backed up yet. I mean, Illidan will take this if we do not back. And that's what I meant as far as Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis, Illidan at 20 is just impossible to stop on core or on any building. It's just... But Illidan opts to back out. I think they recognized Diva was coming down. We do see, Kel'Thas go down. Follow up with a noob. And we have the hunt coming in. And I did not see who it was on. Oh, it was used to escape. We do again have a 3-4-1. This was a 4v4. And Artful Dodger trying to do best to try to stop the push, but with that, it looks like Maximum Thrust will be in position to steal the top camp. And so with that, you have a Sylvanas, you got a camp, you got a wave coming in, you have trait available, a noob dives on the blaze, Sylvanas able to escape. And you're about 4 levels down. Almost, right? And that's just 3 now. 3. You know. And all the while, the second objective... So this is still second objective. We do get Blaze and Li Ming in there. Illidan still with very good pressure. Bottom lane has pressure. And they did move top, which makes sense. But as always... Bottom lane tends to be the lane of winning. Body hop comes out. I would say imagine a bomb comes out. Hunt on the Diva and actually doesn't even go off because Diva dies before Hunt went off. Kel'Thas taking a lot of damage, and then we have an Illidan on the keep taking damage. Zilla getting low. The hunt on the Vala. Followed with a very good silence. Very good follow-up by the... I would say that's the key. Having the hunt followed up with a silence is the key, because once that Illidan is in, it can be dangerous. But that silent Kel'Thas and Diva go down, and here I go saying it's very difficult to end top lane, and this map goes to level 20, and here I go. Right? What do I know? And with Maximum Thrust, a very divisive victory. GG. And so that was a rather quick match. Like, as I mentioned, here I was saying, Volskaya is a map that goes to 20. It's very hard to end before 20. And I guess Maximum thus heard me and told me, hold my beer. And so, in a very dominant game 1, Maximum thrust 18-3. See if I so we look at the top damage. Li Ming, Sylvanas. Prevented damage. Ni Ming 9-0 showing. Looking at the healing, rather equal. I think it's there wasn't much. I mean, Stukov did quite a bit, but it's just a lot of pressure put on the back line. We look at the soaking. Obviously, we had Illidan with the Hunt being able to be in the off lanes, but overall, Blaze being able to provide that wave clear as well. And it just seemed like it just went really quickly, right? It seems like, hey, I was just like introducing the teams, and before we knew it, second objective came in. We're ending top, and so very strong showing on the side of Maximum Thrust. And so let's see if I can get. I should update my information. Maybe to show you what was going on. So we did have, as I mentioned, Roxas, Tomb, Dragonshire, and BOE being banned out. We're Team 1. Let's see. So overall, it like I said, my concern initially with Maximum Thrust was, you have an Illidan, and you don't have that other front line, but, it's just like, hey, we're just going to get the XP advantage, and at that point, Illidan is a feast or famine type of hero. If he gets the lead, he can be very good, whereas if he falls behind, he can seem rather useless, right? And so Maximum Thrust obviously probably recognized that, make sure they were able to get the lead, and took advantage of that. Yeah, that was a fun match to watch. Like I said, you don't see Illidans too often, so I'm happy to see an Illidan. Just based on the draft, though, I would have said that the draft from Wood Lake Airlines was solid. It's just it came down to execution. It looked like Wood Lake Airlines opted for first pick this time, and we're going to Infernal Shrines. I was saying Dragon Shard, but that one got banned. So we're going to be going to Infernal. It was picked by Maximum Thrust. And so I believe, for those of you who are watching, who are familiar with NGS, I'm pretty sure Infernal Shrines is like the map with as far as pick rate. Or as far as how much it's played on. I think it's like the kind of like traditional map that everybody plays. It's a very solid map. Has a lot of point control, has a lot of, has a mix of team fighting, has a mix of also macro. And overall, I think, I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that they hate Inferno Shrines. Maybe they hate it, but they just, I don't know. Inferno Shrines is like a very standard map that it's like, this is the map you play. And so, we will be going to Infernal Shrines, and it was picked by Maximum Thrust. Similar to Volskaya, we'll probably see some heroes that have some sort of point control, but also are able to clear the shrine. So you have heroes like Sonya, you have heroes like Hogger, Diva. Asmo tends to be picked on this map sometimes as well. Any hero who can do damage to contribute to clearing the shrine, but also damage opposing enemy team heroes at the same time, have great value here. I think all the teams are getting ready. I think they gave me right, so I think if you are with the Airlines, I mean, Maximum Thrust just, I mean, true to their name, they just maximum, just went at it. You have it Illidan. We're just going, pressing W, going forward. We're going straight to core, pinging core. We're going straight to core, and that's what they did in game one. If you were like Airlines, you probably want to think of what can we do to bring some more value as far as, all right, macro, right? Because Maximum Thrust was able to get macro, but then they get that macro advantage, and then they got lead advantage as far as levels, and then they got team advantage. So with that, going to Infernal Shrines. I was gonna say, I think Blaze actually got a lot of value, but this time it got flipped. Willick Airlines, your first pick. You get to not ban Joe, and so you get quote one free ban. I would say Blaze. Blaze has seen a lot of priority as offlaner. This time we saw it as a tank, but he's also seen it as a tank. We do see the Mei. I guess Mei, another very good point control tank. No hesitation. We do see the Joe ban. I'm always excited to see Joe's. Although I always tell teams, just ban Joe. Although you will see in higher elos, if you watch the X Cup or in any of the other high elo leagues, Joe gets purposely let through, and then there's a strategy to get around that. But obviously, it's easier just to ban Joe. Just don't deal with it. Brightwing, arguably, depending on the map, third, fourth best healer. I might infuriate some Brightwing mains, but very strong still. We did see Rhaegar being banned, and the Blaze. I was gonna say, you don't have to ban him if your first pick, and you pick him first. So B-Man flipping the script and first picking that Blaze, taking it away from Maximum Thrust, but that does leave Sylvanas up again, getting a lot of value. Oh, I did get a couple follows. I think I Everyday Retro Gaming, and then Sloth. Thanks for the follow. We do have a Grey main, so we do have Sylvanas. Sylvanas was very effective a couple times, just able to free push. A hero that if you just ignore and you don't have quite of an answer to, gets a lot of value. And then obviously Infernal Shrines, with an objective that pushes on towers and keeps, can get a lot of value. We do see the Sukov, and then a Falstad bringing in a global, potentially to help with a offlaner that gets a lot of value. We still see Dahaka up, another hero that has had a lot of priority. This map has a lot of bushes. The quote race car build Dahaka can get a lot of value. And we'll see a Diva being banned. Okay. And Diva, this is also a very good map, right? You have your bomb objective, can help secure a Punisher. Again, if you have a Falstad and you banned out a Brightwing, the natural thing is also maybe ban a Dahaka. Unless there's something else you didn't want to see from the off lane. But I think Dahaka would be probably a good ban. Unless they don't play Dahaka, but we've seen ETC. ETC has been one of those tanks that has fallen off. Very, very squishy. But obviously he's balanced around his abilities, right? He has a very good stun, CC skill set, and then a very good ultimate if you're able to pull it off. And so because of that, he's made rather squishy. Although With a Blaze, Stukov, and Falstad, I wouldn't be as concerned. We have an Anduin Tyrael. Is this a Light Bomb Judgment Tyrael? I'm a big Tyrael fan. I like playing Tyrael whenever I can, even though I'm not allowed to play Tyrael. So whenever I see a Tyrael, I am happy. Like, I mean, if this is a Tyrael Judgment with a Light Bomb followed up with a Silence from the Sylvanas, that can be a very fun combo if you can pull it off. And now we do see a Tychus and an Asmodan. So we're going to have an Asmodan off lane. So very fun. Like I said, here I am talking about meta, but who cares about meta? Let's have fun. Well, Elo Tyrael and higher Elo, not so much recently, but does get a lot of play. The traditional Tyrael Greymane combo. Oh, it's Sonya. Another hero obviously has very good shrine clear and damage. I don't think we're going to see any switches. But, you know, I like this. We have a great potential on the side of Wheelik Airlines. Asmo is going to have that constant pressure. But that engage potentially for maximum thrust might be scary. And with that, again, we'll catch you in a moment for game number 2.
Leonidas drops the stun and drops the full ult. Oh my goodness, look at the health bars. It's a quad kill.
Should find the kill. Lunara will clean up that fight. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It is going to be Soul Shield. You gotta be kidding me. And Raw to take the 3v1, gets one, looking for the second. Crispy is popping off.
Looks like that Blizzard may connect with 4 people.
People, Lady Ronin! Oh my goodness, what a chat!
That was really good.
All right. Game number 2 on Inferno Shrine, selected by Maximum Thrust. We have Yahtzee on the Falstad B-Man, on the Blaze, Artful Dodger, on the Asmodan, just garbage, on the Sukov, and an AFK, ping, hello, team, Zilla AFK. With that, we also have you... Zerar, I'm sorry, I'm gonna butcher your name. Like I said, Zerar on the Anduin, Diet Llama again on that Sylvanas, Acuity on the Sonya, anyone on the Tyrael, big fan, and then W Star on that Greymane. Right, we have teams clear and Asmodan. Ooh, will go down. First blood going to Maximum Thrust right away. Not quite what you want to see. Again, Asmodan, a rather late game hero. It's so, I would say, early fighting. Definitely probably on the side of... I would say, they're going to invade right away, yeah. They can't quite contest this. Even Blaze has to be careful. Very nice stun, but... Oh, Tyrael will go down. Very good silence. Oh. Okay. Here I am, you know. You guys can't fight. But there you go. Obviously, Tyrael can't provide too much as far as stuns or any attack speed just yet. Or shielding. We do have Sonya... So Sonya and Asmo will be doing the top mid dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. By the way, we do see that again a very nice engage, but opting to step back, give some space, and paper cut. Thanks for the prime. And by the way, oh yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day. I just realized it's St. Patrick's. And they're fighting over the bottom. Tyrael, I mean, trait value, right? I mean, two. What is that? Two deaths. Two deaths in 2 minutes. That's trait value. You're not getting trait value on a Tyrael or a Leo if you don't die, right? That as I played a Leo game the other day that I didn't die, so I didn't get trait value in my Leo. And so I'm gonna be very interested to see the amount of presence Sonya has, because besides Blaze, maybe Sukov, Sonya can just spin forever, right? And again, very strong hero on the objective. And already at 20, and I think it's a little too late to even try to contest. With 4 left, very good damage on that Greymane, but they got there a little too late. And again, Willie Airlines, I think at this point you got to recognize we got there late and we just don't have the damage right now. I would have liked them to just say, hey, they get first objective, sure enough, let's go push another lane. We have a Falstad, we have an Asmo, let's get some value somewhere else. Oh, Zilla getting rather low. You can't let that sell free cast. Do they get this? Yeah, they get it. Yeah. With the Sylvanas, yeah, that's... And that's what I mean, like, with an Asmodan, you have his minions, you have a Falstad. You can do a lot of... Oh, I was going to say, you don't want to You don't want to rotate that way. Tyrael getting some vision. Sonya anchoring the back just in case there's a back rotation, but an easy bruiser can't pick up. And again, a very strong beginning for Maximum Thrust. First objective, trait value, everything's going, right? With the Airlines having to clear, while Sonya able to get the bottom tower on the top gone. What about bottom? We have some... Did you see a skirmish mid? While Greymane doing the bruiser camp. So they're getting the camps out on cooldown. I would like to see more strategic use, but if you're getting them out, then you're able to then go join the team. You get value then, right? But obviously, with the Asmodan, I don't think that camp's going to get much value. Right away, they go down to their siege. While Will the Airlines able to sneak away, we do have 10s online. We have Judgment. It is a Judgment. Light Bomb. Leap. Go for the throat. We do have a Mind Control, which could work out, but I think the silence overall with this combo of Judgment, Light Bomb, Leap, Go for the throat, probably maybe better. Mind Control gives you another potential engage. 10's online. We have Gust, Bunker, Odin, Flailing Swipe, and Demonic Invasion. Very good stun on the side of Willick Airlines to get Greymane rather low. And Maximum Thrust does have a scary combo, but Willick Airlines have a lot of defensive ultimates that kind of... Uh-oh, Zilla... Let's say, you don't want to be by yourself, especially when you don't see the enemy team. I just realized I was muted this whole time. I did. I apologize about that. I was muted this whole time. Anyways, with a very good engage, we see go for the throat. Very good gust. That's what happens when I have a long day. Had a long day at work. Come home, I'm like, hey, I'll cast a match. Who's available? I'll cast them. And then I forget how to cast. But I'm sure at least I provide the camera view. You just missed out on my bad dad jokes. I think it was before the last game that I didn't mute myself or unmute myself. It's literally been the whole match. That's funny. And with that, we do have maximum thrust secure. It's an arcane Punisher. The John Cena will be pushing top. And even with that, Wiggly Airlines is about a quarter level ahead. The pressure being soaked with the Felstad, giving some value. You have some time. Next jump probably coming through right about now. Oh, there you go. Judgment Light Bomb. And the mind control, but Faust's not able to back off, and right away we do see maximum thrust backing away, and they get some value. So we have some like about half, and then we get about a little bit less than half. So overall, map control is rather even, and with that, Willick Airlines slightly ahead. That Asmodan able to provide some experience that they were lacking this last match in game one. Right away, we have Willick Airlines get their bottom siege camp. Maximum thrust, sending 4 to Bruiser. And this is where I would say you don't need 4 people to do that camp. But with that, they're like, hey, we're going to take this for free. And they're going to chase Sonya. I would say, you take bottom. You see them top? Take bottom. You got to trade here. And that's what we have. There you go. I mean, Asma can do it by himself, obviously. We do have a trade, but you will have to respond to that Bruiser camp top. I guess we have a game of chicken. Okay, we did have Falstack go back. Sonya's bottom. So I would say, very good move by both teams. They both secured their win condition. But slightly better for Willick Airlines, right? They're both about to be 20, but the objective is going bottom. So if Willick Airlines wins this bottom Punisher, it's going straight to core. Whereas it still has to go through these towers. So oops, did I press somebody? I pressed the gate. I don't want gate. There you go. With that, we do have teams posturing in this. Ooh, this could be scary. Blaze goes in. Oh, but he's by himself. Bunker. Yeah, he needs the help of the team. But Judgment, mind control. Very good Gus. We do have level 20s online for both teams. We do have the upgraded Gus and Sonya very low, having to leap out. We do have Wind Tunnel, Burn Notice, Big Red Button, Bio Explosion Switch, Sin's Grasp. On the side of Maximum Thrust, we have Angel of Justice, Inner Fire, Derek Lady's Call, Composite Spear, and Hunter's Blunderbuss. We do have Sylvanas, and but again, the benefit of having a Asmo can help kind of with this push a little bit with this trait. If you're Willick Airlines, I don't know if you want to hard push into this. you have a win condition, you win bottom, that likely can be game ending. We do have objective of all. We have judgment up. We don't have light bomb. Light bomb is gonna be up right now. Blaze for a very good stun. They're gonna wrap around. Yeah, I was gonna say if you're the judgment light bomb in to the Stukov. Does he get in? He gets mind control. Does he get into the bunker? No, he does not. But with that, we do see the a 2-for-1, and then we're gonna see the Grayman almost go down. Blaze 58. Oh, he does go down. Savannah's, and it's a 3-for-2. With that, we do see Anduin going down, and a very good trade. Yahtzee trying to see if he can secure the kill on Savannah's, but yeah, a turn of events. We do have a do have 3 catapults that will have to be addressed. Obviously, we have Felstad who can provide that, but I don't think they can quite finish with this. Yeah, if even then, I would be very careful if you're Asmodan. That judgment can go in there. Sylvanas can follow up. Sonya's coming up. I think you can only do this if you get a kill. We do have the jump on the Tyrael. Demonic Evasion. They're trying to just move the Punisher, but I mean, this is a 19-minute Punisher. Can do some damage. Actually, this is getting melted. Oh, their own. I was gonna say, I keep getting melted, but it's their own. It's a catapults. I thought Felstad cleared him, but he didn't. And if okay. I thought Felstad went back and cleared him, but apparently it didn't happen. And so I was like, oh, the core is getting melted really quickly. But wait, it's their core that's getting melted quickly. So rather close. Blaze was back in time to help clear that. We do have maximum thrust going to their own bruiser. Someone's going to have to respond to that pressure bottom. Likewise for Willig Airlines with catapults, and then this bruiser eventually. And so both teams at level 20. This is now where it comes down to the can we get a pick? Can we get a misplay from the opposing team that will help us? I mean, if you are with League Airlines, okay, committing a Odin for that, I would say you have to go mid after that. Get some value mid. Don't just walk away. Asmodan has to back off. Okay, they know you want to back off. So that's what I was going to say. Okay. I guess it's still going to be a while before objective. Should have Odin back up by then. They go up to get their own bruiser camp, which is going to be good for the counter pressure top lane. And I was like, do not engage. Oh, I was like, you want to, if you're B-Man, you want to save that engage. And we have the judgment. Oh, the bunker comes out, right? That cancels the judgment. Okay, I would say that's not bad. Obviously, I have the bird's eye view, and I can see all, and probably a very good play to just say, if he has the light bomb and the judgment, I'm probably dead. So here comes the judgment. And then the light bomb, not in the sequence you want, but in the mind control. And that's a dead Blaze. Probably not in the sequence you want, but just as effective. But even with that, it's still going to be a while until the next objective. So if you're Willig Airlines, you just stay behind the gates and you wait. Now we have the objective. It's going to be in 25 seconds. So Blaze is going to be a little bit late. I would say, I mean, if you're Asmo, you can probably poke. Steal some. Sonya's going to go bottom. So this is a 4v4, although they don't have a tank. Obviously, it's a Tyrael. Yeah, but you want to be very careful. Oh, yeah, they have judgment back up. Oh, you do not want to face check. Yes. You do not want to be the face checking DPS. That's not something you want to be doing. And Maximum Thrust recognized maybe we can get a kill. It came out very favorable. They ended up getting 3. And so with that, it looks like they're going to go straight. I mean, they have an Asmodan. Asmodan is kind of hard to finish into. Let's say, does he get his bump? He doesn't get his bunker out. Asmodan likely going down. And with that, I do believe it will be a GG. Game number 2 going on the side of Maximum Thrust. So again, this game was definitely a lot closer than game number 1, and it came down to kind of like who's going to make the mistake and who's going to do what, and it came down to Blaze getting picked off. But even with that, I believe Woolly Airlines still had a chance. But it came down to, hey, we're going to try and see what we can do on the point, and Maximum Thrust set themselves up in a position where they could take advantage of a missed rotation. And they actually were able to take advantage and get a 3 for nothing. And that left Blaze by themselves. And with Asmodan after that, for a Sonya and a Tyrael and a Greymane, rather make quick work of that. And so GG's to both teams. We have game number 2 going on the side of Maximum Thrust with a 2-0 domination of Woolly Airlines. So let me see if I can get...
I'm here.
Oh, there you go. I was gonna say I'm about to message somebody from Maximum Thrust to join me, but anyways, congratulations, 2-0. And so I want to just get straight to the point. Very strong showing. Very, very. I will say I appreciate having both teams kind of picking the not so much meta hero. So it's always fun to see that. And so let's go to game 1. On Volskaya, and we see an Illidan. Always fun. My concern early on was, okay, this is a game where Maximum Thrust, Illidan can get. He's a famine hero, right? If you're on and you get the pressure going, he's a monster, right? But if you get behind, he sort of feels useless, right? So, what was your mindset going into that match with that particular lineup?
Sure. Yeah, I'm going to pull it up to. Oh, it's not in my match history. That's okay. I will remember the best I can. So our lineup there was what I think Li Ming, Illidan, Sylvanas, along with myself on Malfurion. I'm trying to think if we were on a Blaze with anyone.
Blaze, Blaze main tank.
Okay, great, Blaze main tank. Sure. So the idea there was just to try and absorb as much, because we felt that they were kind of the aggro team there, because they had the Anubarak diving on us, and the Diva in our backline as well. And so our goal there was to just between Blaze Bunker, some Malfurion roots and the silences from both the Sylvanas and the Malfurion as well, to just resist as much of what they did and get them to overcommit, and then allow that for allow them for like the Li Ming to pop off, right?
Yeah, like the counter engage then, right?
Yeah, exactly. The counter engage, and so we've seen like an Illidan hunt coming in on somebody that's vulnerable, as well as Li Ming being able to pump a bunch of damage in there. And that's the nice thing for Li Ming on that map, is that there are no minions on the objective.
Yes.
So she's really got full reign on her damage to kind of come in.
Yeah. It and so that was the key, right? I guess earlier maybe stronger team fight for Woolly Airlines, and I guess you kind of said, hey, we're gonna pick try get Soak get advantage, and after that point let but actually even in the first fight you were even talented, and Illidan kind of got quite a bit of value. And so with that, I think you get the first objective. You pushed bottom, which is very good. You don't see that too often now. And then after that, it just seems like you just I even said the corny joke during the match of if you'll hear me later, you went Maximum Thrust, right? You just kind of got control. You just pushed it. And here I was, game 1. You will hear me in the cast. I said Volskaya is a match or a map that always goes to 20. It's very hard to finish pre-20. Obviously, you shut me up on that. so, but maybe moving on to like the very top because of that, right? Volskaya is a very hard map to hit. What were your thoughts towards the top? Because it is hard to end a Volskaya.
It is. It is. I think we were really thinking because we weren't really. I mean, Blaze is really good at both. Getting kind of disengaging, or then also engaging with the jet propulsion as well. And so I think once we had a couple of those picks that we got, you're right when our protector went down. And we were top lane, and we're like, okay, can we end here, or do we need to back up and kind of and try again? And I can't remember who it was, but there was a pick that we got right in the end there. That was like, okay, we can go now because we knew that we had the damage, and especially Illidan, because I think Illidan had been stacking that whole game because he was double soaking and he had all those minion kills, and so there's a lot of stacks on the Illidan where we knew that. I mean, how many of those heroes highlights have we seen where Illidan just like on the core, flipping around, being all crazy, and it's like, okay, we've got that plus leaning damage and whatever else. I think we can finish here. Was kind of the thought, but you're right. Those death timers were short. I think it was only like 13 minutes or something like that total. So it was definitely a risky finish, but we thought we had it.
Yeah, and I kudos to you. Like it's one of those. It's a very difficult decision where it's like kind of running was that gif with the person who's like running the calculus in their head. You have to make a quick decision, right? It's like, hey, are we committing to this or not? But it turned out well for you, and you finished pre-20 and a very quick match in Volskaya, and after I said you couldn't, so you proved me wrong. On to game number 2. So you chose Inferno Shrines, and we had kind of like a flip of what was going on. They opted to take the Blaze from you, and then with that, you had kind of like a main tank Blaze with like a more squishy backline. They flipped the roles. They took a main tank Blaze with more of a squishy backline. But you had a really strong team fighting team, so it seemed like you both teams kind of flipped what you were trying to do. And so, how did you approach game 2 this time then?
Sure. So I think we are that last game. I think we are much more accustomed to being the macro team and the absorbing team, right? That control team, like we were in game 1. You let them come to you. So I think we really wanted to flip the script in game 1. So we wanted to flip the script in game 2 and try our best at the. All right, let's go in at them and see what we can do. And they did a great job. All those Falstad gusts and wind tunnels were brutal. Every time we thought it was like, oh, we got to kill, and then all of a sudden we're all half a screen away from the Falstad, and then the Stukov using the flailing swipe as well as blaze bunkers, etc. So it made it really, really hard for us to actually get in the door, even though we have the burst damage from we tried the Tyrael light bomb. Obviously that timing needs a little bit of work with the Judgment light bomb combo, Sonya leaps, etc. But they did a really great job of absorbing what we had done, and then not letting us get a kill, or at least many kills, because they wiped us a couple times on those bad engages. But we just got those, really it was neck and neck until those picks at the end. When we picked that Blaze, and then as they were coming to contest Shrine, I think we caught like that Stukov, Falstad, and Asmodan maybe, or Tychus, whoever it was, kind of in that like right just above mid lane, and like, oh, okay, cool. Death timer, it's 20 minutes in. Death timers are a minute long. Let's go top lane and just call it a day.
Yeah. And I was gonna say I was very excited about that. I highly approve of the Tyrael. I played tank and offlane, and I always love seeing the Tyrael. And I was looking for it. I was like, here it comes. And it's a very hard combo to pull off. The easier combo is the Sonya, so I was like, maybe they'll go Sonya leap because that's an easier combo to land. Because the timing's so weird because of the delay with Judgment. But yeah, like I said, I think you had at least one for sure that you pulled it off. But it's one of those where it's kind of hard to pull off. But like I said, the Airlines, I thought like, hey, if they can land this combo, they're gonna get destroyed. But Wheeling Airlines had the tools to kind of negate a lot of that, and it just came down to you were able just to actually get some easy picks, and that's where you actually your comp was actually a little bit stronger, just getting those picks, not having to deal with all the other ultimates. But it came down to the very, it was a little bit closer, came down to the last pick and such, but again, get some picks, march the core, and secured yourself a 2-0 domination. But with that, again, very enjoyable match. And again, thank you for letting me able to cast that. But I'll leave this up now for you to have any shout outs.
Oh boy. I think really we our team has been kind of figuring out exactly how we're going to kind of our shot calling and our drafting, and we've been going through some changes there. And so I think just shout out to the team in general and flexibility, and not people not being super rigid in what they what their thinking is, or what we've done in the past. I think this is our third season with this lineup, and so we've kind of looked around there. And then also shout out to Zella and Lying Pastry, our two subs who jump in and play games with us, and give us some extra practice and give us some different perspectives and different hero pools as well. So to the whole team, especially our subs.
Yeah, and I was having a talk with anyone before the match and everything, and I was mentioning like, yeah, it's because I know I kind of watched the match last season in the grand finals. It's what's the next step? I was asking anyone, and so it's it's kind of challenging, right? It's like when you go to the grand finals, what's the next step? Well, winning it, right? So kind of I imagine a high kind of bar, right? You maybe set for yourself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it was and that was an interesting night altogether. I think if there was like a documentary made on it, there was lots of people dropping from games and lagging and waiting and whatever. And so I think even though we are Div D West for the West Coast, a lot of our I think half of our team, at least three of the players, all live in the Central time zone. We kind of split between West and Central. So I think by the time that fifth game started in that that grand finals, it was past midnight for me personally. I think for the other Central time zone guys on it on a Wednesday or Thursday, whatever it was. So I think if looking back at it, I wish we had some timing that was a little bit different and some better headspaces at that moment. But absolutely, I would love to get back to the finals and and progress, and maybe, and who knows, maybe we'll play another division up next year, or next season. But we'll see what happens.
I mean, if you need someone to do a 30 for 30, let me know.
I would love it, or maybe not a Last Dance. I think that's a little.
I was gonna say like Last Dance. I was about to say that, but I'm like, that's maybe too far. I'll do a 30 for 30. But anyways,
perfect.
Anyways, thank you very much, and again, I was very happy to be able to cast with you. Very fun series. And with that, congratulations and best of luck with the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you so much for casting. We know that we are always excited when we get a caster to hop on our games, and so I know you being Div D, we don't get it every week, but when we do, we super appreciate it. So thank you so much.
Yeah, and also just heads up, I think like for half of game 2 I muted myself, but it's probably a better thing that I was muted. But with that,
you're awesome, man.
With that, again, happy St. Patrick's Day, and thank you, and and good luck, and enjoy your win this evening.
I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, have a good night.
Bye.
All right, so with that concludes our cast for tonight. I've only had one cast, and per usual, especially for this particular season, having to pick up matches more on a last minute basis due to my schedule, and so I'm always happy to be able to cast matches and look at teams that I'm able to fit, at least with what pretty much it comes down to who is available that has a match when I get home. And so I'm very happy to be able to cast teams that are a little bit later in the West Coast. So again, shout out to NGS and everybody who joined this evening. Thank you for all those who followed. And with that, thank you very much. Have a great evening, and I'll catch you again next time in the Nexus. Have a good night.